Hello and welcome to Martin Maths. We're going through a maths practice paper for GCSE Foundation exams. And we're going to start with question 1. We'll probably do about 10 questions in this video. So we've got to write the number 28,497 correct to the nearest thousand. So 8 is in the thousands. Look to the right-hand side. Is that bigger or smaller than 5? It's less than 5, so we round down to 28,000. And just ask yourself, is it closer to 28,000 or 29,000? And because of that being less than the halfway mark, it's 28,000. Okay, just one mark there. We'll try and aim for a mark a minute. Write the following numbers in order of size. Start with the smallest number. If we're not sure about this, put extra zeros there to make sure that they are in the correct place value. And don't think that that 3 is smaller than 167, because that's not what these numbers are. That's 3/10 compared to 167 thousandths. So now we can see it that 0.04 is the smallest one. Looking at the first place value, the tenths, the next one is 0.167. The next one is the 0.3, then the 0.52, and then the 0.6. So go by the largest tenths first, and then look at the hundredths and then the thousandths. Don't think that, as I said, that 3 is smaller than 52 or 3 is smaller than 167 because that's not what those numbers mean. Right, next, write 0.327 as a fraction. That's tenths, hundredths, and thousandths, so it's 327 over 1,000. We can't simplify necessarily, so it is a calculator paper, so I could test that on a calculator, but they haven't told us to simplify it, and the calculator is showing me that I can't actually simplify it any further. This is paper 2. Okay, work out 1/5 of 930. As we're using a calculator, we can just do 1/5 times 930, 1 over 5 times 930. And it's 186. If it was a non-calculator paper, then I have to divide through by 5. But I can confirm it is a calculator paper there, and I can use my calculator. Okay. So question 5 then says, here's a polygon. And we have to name this polygon. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. So that makes it an octagon. Now we have to find the square root of 46.24, type that into our calculator. There's the square root sign in this calculator, square root button, 46.24. It gives me an answer as a decimal, as a fraction, which I could, but I pressed the S to D, 6.8. Okay, here's the list of numbers. Kirat is asked to choose a cube number from the list. Excuse me. And he says 5 cubed is 125, so 5 is a cube number. Kirat is wrong. Explain why. Well, 125 is a cube number. 5 is the cube root. So something like that would get you that extra mark. Okay, I'm going to move to question 8 now. I'm just looking at the shorter 1 and 2 mark questions. We can look at the longer problem questions later. Simplify 3 times x times y times 4. So I can see that those mean multiply, and that's the variable. 3 times 4 is 12, x and y. I can't simplify any further. I have done a short on that as well, so you can look at that. Right, sorry, just lost the light there. 2 times m times m times m times m times m is 2m to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. M to the 5. I'll just move to try and activate the lights there. And that should get us back. Apologies about that. Okay, so we'll keep going with this paper. Moving on to the next question. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2m to the 5, and 12xy. Right, a probability question with question 9. P-A-R-A-L-L-E-L are all letters on different cards. Alicia has 8 cards, and each separate card has one of those letters. Which letter is most likely to be on a card? Well, there's only one P, one R, one E, two A's, but there are three L's. So L is most likely. And find the probability that E is the letter. Again, there's 8, the denominator's 8, but there's only one E. Now on the probability scale, mark with an X the probability that S is taken. There is no S there, so it must be over there, absolute 0. Now cross here, the mark there shows the probability of the letter that Alicia takes. Now that is the same as a quarter. So which letter has a quarter the chance? Well, I know that a quarter is the same as 2/8. So which letter comes up twice? It's the letter A. Okay, it's a nice question there. 4 marks, but each of those is made up of 1 mark each. Okay, now here we have to write down a suitable metric for the measuring the length of a pencil. Well, it's going to be something small. If you have a ruler, then I would take that out and have a look, either millimeters or centimeters. Don't say inches, it's metric unit there. Okay, I'm going to move on to the other 1 mark question here for question 11. How many minutes are there in 10.5 hours? Do you have a look at my short on that? 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 10 hours is 600, plus that half an hour, 630. Okay, Benji's going to bake a fruit cake. Cake will take 95 minutes, that's 1 hour and 35. Benji wants the cake to finish baking at 5:30. What time should Benji start baking the cake? Well, I'll go back an hour, it's 4:30. 1 hour and a half is 4, but I need those extra 5 minutes. So 3:55 would be the answer there. Okay, so you can use your own timeline or however you want to answer that correctly, but some subtraction of that time would get you 2 marks there to add to that mark. There, excuse me. Right, we've gone beyond question 10, so I'm going to look at question 13, and then we'll finish for this video, and I will make the rest of the questions in a following video. Question 13, shape B is a reflection of the shape A, so there's some reflection there. We're going to draw a mirror line. I can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares there, so the mirror line would be in the middle there. Try use a ruler for that mark there. A circle with diameter 3 is enlarged, so 3 centimeters is enlarged to 15 centimeters. So what is the scale factor? How do I go from 3 to 15? I times by 5. So scale factor equals 5 there. Right, Phil says that if you drew an enlargement of the triangle with a scale factor of 2, then the angles would be 64, 130, and 166, because he's multiplied that by 2 and that by 2. He is wrong, because angles stay the same. It's the sides that change in proportion. Okay, so angles do not change, and also they have to add up to 180 degrees, and those would not. And I could see on the calculator that 64 plus 130 plus 166 is 360. You doubled it. Okay, we'll stop there. Notice I haven't actually used the calculator that much. Do use the calculator when you need to, but realize that you can get quite a lot of marks without the calculator. So we've skipped a couple of questions, but we've done about 10 questions. And I'll continue this paper in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Good luck with your maths.